And here's the worst thing. Every one of these fucking commentary pieces of shit, by not saying anything and waiting, what they all did was, we're going to put all of this on Pixie without talking to Pixie, without helping Pixie, without doing anything for her. We're going to make it all her job to go up against DGG because we're too afraid to do something against DGG. We're going to let the victim of Destiny's sexual offense be the one to have to take on DGG because we're too chicken shit to do it.
What's the point of watching a channel if you're not subscribed?
I will be doing my best to piss absolutely everybody off tonight. What I would recommend is S is for the sex predator. So we'll go from sex offender on down. And
Okay.
I wanted to rank them in order of how close to a sexual offender and how much effort they made to assist the covering up of sexual offenses.
Okay. Alright, so we got Destiny. Destiny obviously goes on top. Obviously.
All right. Do you want to explain why?
Because he clearly sexually exploited a bunch of women, some allegedly illegally, some not illegally. Regardless of the legality of the matter, I think it's pretty obvious that he used his power and his position to sexually exploit women. Also, he leaked a bunch of people's porn non-consensually. That, to me, is not technically rape, but it is a very large psychological damage that people have to deal with for the rest of their lives. So to me, that puts him like very, very hotly in the sexual predator seat.
I think this turtleneck hog having degenerate fraud who uses his platform to manipulate young, vulnerable people, not just women.
Oh, it's true. No, it's not just women. Yep.
And weaponize them for his own fucking benefit. And then never gives two shits about the abuse that he thrusts upon people, most often abusing his fucking victims. The guy is a piece of shit, and defending him in any way makes you somebody that would defend like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I agree with that. Next, let's do Bad Empanada. I would like to put him in the B category, and I'm gonna be honest about why. I think that Bad Empanada, it does things that are dishonest that end up fucking up when people are getting exposed. And to me, that is running cover, even if it's not intentional.
The guy seems like a total piece of shit. I don't know much about his story. He really, just like everybody else, he had a vendetta and wanted to attack somebody and just tried to present it as if that's not what he was doing. And he got some information wrong. And I don't mind doing an expose, but like he just literally seems like an asshole. So put him where you want.
See, okay, so, and he's gonna be like, why would you put me in the B?
Don't care. I don't, just.
I want to explain just a little bit more, though, just so I get a clarification here, because there is a en masse, like, misinfo about him that needs to be addressed, too. People have claimed that he has been, like, arrested for CP or whatever. I've looked into this. I cannot find a solid source for that claim. So people that are claiming that about Bad Empanada, stop. Because you're enabling his behavior.
I mean, just because you didn't find it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Well,
but it's okay. This is why, like, I just want to rate these people. I don't need their backstory. I don't like.
I have so much to say.
Take this list and then do a whole thing on it.
All right. I'll let you pick the next one.
Let's do Lav.
Lav?
Yep.
All right, Lav Loon. Oh boy, this is gonna be kind of hard. Where would you put her?
She goes straight to D.
What is your reason?
Because she's been trying to call Destiny out for years, and everything she's been saying about him is now vindicated. He did a lot of crazy making towards her. He spread a lot of misinformation. When people talk about her. They always say the same 2 or 3 things, which means she didn't really do much bad. Oh, she lied. Okay, well, what's the lie? Well, Hassan denied it. Well, you think Hassan lies about everything. So is she lying or is Hassan lying? You don't really know, so shut the fuck up. People treat her, they did crazy making. So when you hear righties all talk about trans in sports and it's all about one person, this is exactly what they do when it's crazy making. If they all say the same 2 examples and they're not that big a deal, but they always make it a big deal, it's bullshit. So yes, she's a little bit wacky, she's content, but she's fucking on point, she's been accurate, and she's been calling these people out to their fucking face, dealing with all that pushback for years now.
I agree. It's hard because she said some very fucked up stuff about trans people, but I agree. I will forgive her.
Well, I mean, it's just about this thing. I'm not talking about who these people are as a person. I'm only talking about this event.
I'm also trying to anticipate people that are watching.
Let them bitch at you, and then you can discuss it.
True. Can I do Cope and Seethe next?
I was going to do Resi, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Do Resi after Cope and Seethe.
All right, Beckett. It's time. It's finally time. I am putting Beckett in the same category as Bad Empanada. Why? Why am I doing this? Not because I think Beckett is a sex pest, but because I think Beckett has done the same things as Bad Empanada in the sense that he has made factual mistakes that have allowed Preds to escape accountability.
If it was me, I'd make him an A because this is an incident about violating consent, and this motherfucker violated Pixie's consent. All these people could have made a video and never mentioned Pixie. Bad Empanada didn't mention Pixie. These people decided, I want to make this about me. And instead of actually doing something in a way that's admirable, yes, they made a video. Yes, it's led to this, but it didn't have to be fucking Pixie.
No, you know what? You're right. That's true. That's completely true. This has also been a problem with other things as well. So you wanted to move on to Resi.
Yep.
Resi is this little guy right here. Where are we putting Resi?
I wouldn't even put him on the list. Get rid of him.
Okay. I don't know how to do that.
I mean, I couldn't possibly know what his takes are because it's like 1 hour of 10 hours. Get him out of there.
Wait a minute. You yelled at me for not having him on here, and now you don't want him on here.
That was the bit I needed him on there for.
God damn it!
I told you there'd be people on there I'm not rating. That guy. I wanted him on there so I could say he's not worth rating. Get fucked.
Okay, I think that Reservoir has been very critical of Destiny, and I think that is important.
Was he critical before it all came out? Was he talking shit or was he quiet?
That's a good idea, and that's actually an answer that I am unsure of.
No clue. All right, so how about Mr. Girl?
Should be on the D.
D, absolutely, we agree. Max is a little bit weird, but it's just like Lav. He's a rapist. He did this, and it's like, okay, so you can't say Destiny did something because he's not been convicted or charged, but you can say worse about Max, and he's never been charged either. So the standard is ridiculous. Max did all that work to put together the most unreadable document, extremely thorough, that called all this out 2 years ago. And for 2 years, the entire internet has been abusing this dude, gang stalking, mass harassing, crazy making. It's like he's known as a pedo, and all he did was basically say this movie that was trying to make 11-year-olds hot was able to do that. And for that, he's a pedo. Get out of here, D.
Yeah, I think that the other thing too is he did make a good expose on Destiny, and people just completely ignored it.
This is a tough one. Let's do J-Stock.
All right. That J-Stock is a tough one. God. Here's my thing with J-Stock and why I'm having an issue kind of figuring out where he is, because I feel like he definitely knew stuff beforehand, but I feel like he as soon as there was that interaction between Queeman and him and Kelly Jean, if you guys know what I'm referring to, where they all argue about Destiny's behavior, that ever since then, I feel like he's gone in a better direction with it. So it's like, I feel conflicted.
I've been watching a lot of content, and he, while calling it out publicly, had also been aiding and abetting Destiny behind the scenes.
Yeah. So it's like.
So I have a real problem with how much he did up front, how much he was willing to let slide, how little actually mattered, but also at the same time, he was calling it out. He was with Kuiman. He was like, I have a short where he's like, you did know, you have to do this. You can't be doing this bullshit. So, like, he did know, but he didn't know. Like, so I think he is taking a leadership role in trying to help de-radicalize DGG. So I'm gonna put him at a C because I can't put him at a D, but he's like a C plus.
Yeah.
Or C minus, I guess, in this case.
I think I want to give him props just for actually starting to turn. I think because J-Stock was very like enmeshed within Destiny's community.
Now the reason I can put Relly and I'm okay with Relly and J-Stock at a C is J-Stock I think did more upfront to harm this and has probably covered up more over time. And Relly was less involved, but also like isn't doing what J-Stock's doing now to raise awareness.
Exactly. All right, who do we want to run next?
Ryle, and the only reason I have Ryle on there is because he basically re-uploads all of J-Stock's videos, and if it wasn't for putting them on YouTube, I'd never see him because I don't fuck around with Kick, because I don't hang at biker and Nazi bars. So I don't think you need to put him on the list, but I wanted him on there because I wanted to mention him. Ryle Kitten House is a great place to get this like DGG bullshit. Let's do tomfoolery.
Oh no. I don't know how much Tom really knew. Like, I know a lot about Tom's own separate exploits, but
don't care. Yeah.
But in this specific instance, I really don't know how much
Perfect.
he knew. And I think that he asked Destiny a really good question that was answered publicly. I cannot for the life of me like say it verbatim, but I think that for me, it's like he did ask Destiny that question that was very important, and I really don't have a lot of confidence that he knew about a lot of stuff.
Okay, my take on Tom. After he knew about everything, he's been saying it's not that big a deal and it was nothing new. He said Sunday and Beckett's video showed nothing new. If Tom was more relevant, I'd make him an A because that's how bad his takes are. But I would put him in a B because he's just completely irrelevant.
Let's do Loner Box.
Okay.
Loner Box, this is probably gonna break my heart. I think that he did good to disavow Destiny, but I want to put him in the B category because I think that there probably was some, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but there definitely was some cover up there. Probably.
Here's where my takes are going to really start to diverge from most that the community has said. So the problem I have is this was about more than Pixie. Who was the dude on the tape? Was that consensual? Melina said hers was unconsensual. She said that for a long time. So I'm sick and tired of this being like, well, it was about Pixie, so he couldn't say anything. Bullshit. He could have called Destiny out for being a degenerate piece of shit publicly without having to say anything about Pixie. Like, there's so much these people could have done. He could have gone to Destiny and been like, you're a piece of shit. And if you don't say something about you being a piece of shit, I'm going to start shitting on you. But he's fine to shit on Hassan with a similar sized community, but he's entrenched in DGG. So he's too chicken shit to actually raise his voice, grow a set of nuts, like instead of just silently slinking away. I would put him at a C, me personally, because I think his biggest transgression is silence. but I think he has a reason of like, it's possible if he speaks up, it's more likely to draw attention to Pixie.
That is true.
You can put him where you want. I'm not going to argue with you.
I want to put him at like a lower tier because I think that his video where he came out and he was just like, no, like fuck this, like I'm doing my own thing, I think was important.
But he did it like
He did
after.
it too late. He did it too
In
late.
fact, he was angry at himself that he accidentally said something that drew important attention. Like he was upset that he was a catalyst to like actually exposing Destiny. Let's go to my best friend Brianna Wu.
You're okay. Let's go to your best friend Brianna Wu. All right, where are we putting Brianna Wu, and why is it in?
Well, you go. Go ahead.
Brianna Wu. Okay, I do not believe for one second that she was not aware of a lot of this bullshit in this situation. I don't buy it. I don't buy that her and Destiny have never colluded. I don't buy any of it. And I think that she and Connor have no moral character. I think that they will self-preserve in any situation for any reason, regardless of like who they have to throw under the bus. I think that she would genuinely throw a kindergartner in front of a bear to save herself.
I wouldn't put her with Destiny in this very specific scenario, like I would in general, but like she is a shape-shifting demon who changes her opinion with the wind. She has an opinion, you disagree with her, you're a dumb piece of shit. She changes her opinion, you disagree with her, you're a dumb piece of shit. She is trash, a trash human, and would carry water for Destiny and happily do everything possible to aid in a bed. But I would still put her at A.
Yeah, no, I think she's.
He didn't leak anybody's nudes that I know of.
I think that she would, okay, because of all the whole I'm gonna gangster shit. I'm gonna do all this. You know what I mean? Like she obviously doesn't give a fuck about anybody's consent or autonomy or anything. So
you're gonna eliminate her with elite racing. Okay. Connor is. Did I forget to put Connor on here? He's next to Chud and Dan. It's the red and blue circle.
Okay, that's who Connor is. I'm putting Connor at A as well. I think Connor neutered himself publicly, and he should never stream again.
Yeah, I agree. Connor is a dirtbag who makes himself look like a complete idiot. He everything I know about Connor, I don't know why you keep putting him at S.
Oh, I'm at A. My bad, guys.
You can move them.
Actually, I'm keeping Brianna at S because I'm sorry.
That's fine, but I would move Connor.
Yeah.
But he is as up there as it gets. He stands for nothing. He's a dirtbag, and he's like 70 IQ, and he cannot get through a conversation without trying to leverage. I was a cop. I was a vet. I'm married. I have kids. I have a job.
I fought for this country. I love Judeo-Christian values.
He's not even a Christian.
Exactly. He doesn't go to church. He
doesn't believe in Jesus. The guy's a fraud, and he's a piece of shit. Like, he's literally a bad person.
Like that argument, like that, like the most recent one that like he had with Queen over this. Like when I watched it privately, I was like literally, it was like I was watching a football game. I was screaming at the whole time, just going crazy, because it was all insane justifications for insane behavior. And Connor, I don't know, dude. I hope that you are not this way when you're parenting. All right, I get that that's kind of a low blow. But Jesus Christ.
Okay, what about Abba? The actual black guy.
I don't know much about him. So that's gonna be your.
Here's my thing. In my mind, I'll give him C. I want to say B because he has such a huge platform, and like wouldn't call out Destiny and like the way he did until afterwards. I don't know what he knew, but like they're IRL friends, I think. And he kind of like backpedaled with his friendship a little bit, but he didn't really do anything to help. I don't know how much he knew, and he did come out and like say some shit about him.
I don't know much about him, so I don't have any input.
Yeah, I just put him on there because he's such a big figure. How about Mr. Sunday Esquire, attorney at law?
Sorry, Mr. President, but I am putting him at A.
Oh, absolutely. Let me make the cleanest argument that nobody's made, because the trick that they pull worked. While everybody's arguing about whether it's extortion or not, let's just say it was extortion, right? Who the fuck are you to not contact an attorney to reach out to her? Reach out to Pixie to help her contact an attorney. Say, stop talking, contact an attorney. No, your piece of shit ass was like, I know best. I am going to take all consent away from this person, and I am going to decide how they have to move forward. You are a gigantic piece of shit.
Yes. I think that there's no better way to sum it up than that. I also just want to point out that the way that he interpreted Pixie's mental health was very, very so off base that I don't know why. I just don't understand why he did that.
And he's done nothing but make it worse. He's literally a piece of shit fraud.
To me, he's intelligent enough. He could
which means you have to hold him even more. If you think he's intelligent,
yes,
and he thinks he's so intelligent that it's his job to control her life. Like, let's say she was making a mistake. Who the fuck are you?
Exactly.
Right? How about Chud?
He definitely, I think, was more active in calling it out, but he still knew about it. So I want to hear what your rating is.
Chud has been covering up for Destiny for a very, very long time, and this was no different. He didn't have the balls to do the Lauren Southern stuff a year and a half ago when he knew for certain. Somebody else had the balls to do it. He didn't. I think Rolo put a video out, and he was doing a lot of hemming and hawing about, I don't know if this is real, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. DK was calling it out, and Chud, instead of calling Destiny out and doing a 1 million view video exposing Destiny and Lauren Southern because Melina had come to him and he knew it all for sure, it was easier to just separate from DGG, protect his career, move over to commentary. And then as this stuff started to come out, it was in spicy chat. It was all over. Like, it was spicy chat. Like, it was in there. They were saying her name. Everybody knew. What did he do? Did he reach out to Destiny? Did he talk to the Orbiters? Like, what did he do? Nothing. He sat there, and here's the worst thing. Every one of these commentary pieces of shit, by not saying anything and waiting, what they all did was, we're going to put all of this on Pixie without talking to Pixie, without helping Pixie, without doing anything for her. We're going to make it all her job to go up against DGG because we're too afraid to do something against DGG. We're going to let the victim of Destiny's sexual offense be the one to have to take on DGG because we're too chicken to do it.
Yeah, you know what? I have to say, Chud was not fair here. Chud was not fair here.
I wouldn't put him up there. I would put him at B because I think the people at A are actively, intentionally causing harm, and B is people causing harm and fucking up.
But not
like just
not
you know what I mean? Like he didn't go out and cause harm.
Right.
He just it's like willful neglect. I couldn't say anything about Pixie. No, but you could have said something about the gay dude. You could have said something about the recording in a pocket. You could have said something about Melina. You could have gone back and said something about Anna. You could have gone back and said something about Lav. Once it was all exposed and he came back, he took accountability. He was like, yeah, I probably jumped on Anna and wasn't critical enough. Yeah, I probably jumped on Lav and wasn't critical enough. But still, when it comes down to his culpability and what he could have done, what could I have done? I'm not sweeping. I couldn't have done anything. Fuck that.
Yeah. The only credit I want to give him is the video with him and Nick, Diorio, and Turkey Tom and stuff. But that's really all I can give him.
Yeah, but the day after, okay, I'm gonna save what happened on the day after that for one of the other ones. So,
I know it's
uh,
but where we're really gonna clash is probably the Oreo.
okay, so next, how about Stardust?
Stardust, I don't now. Obviously, I have an inherent bias, so I have to acknowledge that. I don't see her anywhere but being on D because she disavowed him like immediately and has not been, she like avoided that orbiter, that like circle, like where
Well,
he was like bringing girls in because she was not sexually available to him.
me
So
personally, I'm gonna try to be nice because I know she's like absolutely petrified of me. So I wouldn't even put her on the board. She did that video, but I had problems with the video because obviously she like it was like her first time learning the information as she did the video. It was obviously wasn't her research. She distanced herself. She said she wasn't really an orbiter. She was outside the group. So I'm gonna give her outside the group and just keep her off of it. You can do what you want. That's my take.
I still want to give her the props for the video. I also want to point out that DGG was a major force hurting her reputation for. I understand that she's had stupid takes in the past. I
Look,
understand.
you can't no, you can't do that. You can't put her on par of somebody that's been taking abuse after abuse after abuse for calling him out against everybody's will. You can put her at C if you're going to put her on the board, but like the people at D have like you're telling me that she
This is just one
like
we're just gonna have to
I
disagree
think you're
on.
playing favorites. I think you're playing
Yeah,
favorites, but I'll let it
you
go.
can say
I'll let
that
it
I'm
go.
playing
I'm not going to
favorites
argue
all that
with
I
you.
want. But my thing
That's okay.
is
Yeah,
that
that's a homer pick right there.
the thing is that she, to me, by being a person that was very associated with him, and then like as soon as she found out, like immediately like denouncing it. That is to me what is important. We can disagree on that.
All I heard was
You can call me a simp all you fucking want. All right, the rest of you can call me simps all you fucking want. But that
all I hear
that
is mumble
woman,
sounds escaping from your lips, kissing her ass. Next.
no, 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 no.
All right,
All
Smug
right,
Bug.
smoke
I'll go
bug.
first. I'll go first. I know he was involved, but I don't know anything about like the Beckett side and what went on. And I thought it was cute, but also like not the right time. That when you do a whole stream discussing what it is that's going on and you were involved, that you do like a meta thing, like mocking Destiny the video game versus Destiny the person and using like irony to expose it as opposed to like actually spelling it out for people. I wouldn't put him on the board because I can't. I can't. Like I can't.
I don't think smug bug is really relevant enough in the situation to be put on the board. Uh, but
Word. Move on.
yeah.
Let's go with my favorite BPD weird ass freak 8 IQ special needs LD Darius.
Sorry,
Darius
I always forget
Darius
what Darius looks like. Okay.
Darius said we shouldn't be talking about this because Destiny can't defend himself. And then shortly after that said, I think Cherry's lying. I, he's a dirtbag. He's an A. He's literally one of the dumbest people. I watched an argument with JSOC was in his chat, and JSOC's like, I have evidence. He goes, no, it's lie. It's lie. Like it's just he's literally. In fact, he's probably drooling right now with the helmet on.
Yeah, I think Grace Thorpe was right about Darius. Okay, I think that's the best way to
Yeah,
put
I'm
it.
not going to get into other specs because I don't know enough about his lore, but like, there's a lot of shit with this dude. Like, who gets with Destiny's wife in this community? Like, what the fuck? Oh, just put him at A. We'll move on. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I just want to say too about Darius is that Darius is very good at turning things around and during the birthday boy thing, okay? And I don't like that. And I know that even though people don't like the Thorpes or whatever, Darius is you're a sus boy, man, okay? You are a sus boy, and then we will move on. All right.
I think saying Darius is harmless is wild to me when he sees no problem with randomly sharing people's fucking. Yeah, it's bad, but like,
Zach.
but like, okay.
Now I was just gonna say, Zach, he is a person that is so stupid. Like, he is aggressively and recklessly like.
Okay, Brittany Simon.
Okay, some people are gonna fucking murder me for this, but I am conflicted between D and C, and here's why. I think that she called out Destiny. She's consistently called out Destiny, especially for like Darvo techniques for lying. But I think that in her video essay about him, she personalized it a little bit too much.
I am not gonna judge her like the nuance of what she's done. I think just like Lab and Max, she has been a victim of crazy making. See, all these people, when I say crazy making, I'm not saying they're sane, normal people.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I'm saying
I agree.
we're all fucked up. And they take advantage of everybody being mentally ill to be able to just frame things and make a narrative. And when everybody's afraid to be like, no, Destiny, she's not that, pretty soon everybody just piles on so that they can be seen and get the clout and all that shit.
And I just want to be clear, because she actually may see this video. She does, like, you know, search her name and stuff, which is fine. The only reason I want to just put that out there just for her, because, like, in the future, I think that less personalization will help.
Here's the thing, though. Well, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I think it will help get her message across more effectively.
But here's the thing. Sometimes it's not about maximizing the message. Sometimes it's about the cathartic nature of letting go of the actual abuse you've been subject to.
I can definitely understand that.
It's why it's so hard for me to let go of the PV stuff, because everybody still like saw on me for it while fully accepting everything was correct. And it's crazy making.
Yeah. No, I actually, if Brittany Simon does see this, I would love to talk to, like, or have an interview with Brittany Simon. I think it'd be very interesting. But let's move on to, who do you want to do next?
Nicholas double stuffed the Oreo.
All right, here's where the actual fight's gonna be. I think he's a C. I think that he obviously knew about things, but I think that he made the right decision with the information that he knew, and I think that he did what he could do that was, like, possible without also disrespecting what he thought Pixie wanted.
You did a great job repeating his narrative. I'm very proud of you. Except there's a stream on JSOX on December 1st where it's obvious they know these have leaked and likely without consent. So he knew the entire month of December. He did write Destiny a message saying, sorry, your dick leaked. So he's in direct contact with Destiny. Did not say, hey, why the fuck are you doing revenge porn, you piece of shit? So he can reach out to say sorry about your revenge porn, but not to say what the fuck about your revenge porn. When he says I only had one screenshot, he's fucking lying. And when I say he's lying, yes, factually he had one screenshot.
Is he
but
lying?
along with that one screenshot, along with that one screenshot came a guarantee from Chud Logic that he gave him that one screenshot to show verification that all of the other information he's sharing is accurate. So Nick had all of the proof January 2nd, January 3rd, and keeps telling everybody he didn't. Again, he could have called out the Anna stuff. He could have brought Anna on. He could have called out the Melina stuff. He could have called out the pocket recordings. Like, the idea that this was about Pixie and all he could do is wait for, again, he put all the weight on Pixie instead of putting pressure with other commentary on Destiny to make it easier on Pixie when she was ready.
So, on stream, he talked about the Destiny thing, where he said that he regretted sending Destiny that message. He has said that he was unaware of some of that stuff.
He's lying.
I don't think...
He's lying. I can prove he's lying.
I don't think he's lying. I think he is engaging in a rationalization that you would engage in if you were that close to the situation. And I understand that some people are going to be unhappy with me for kind of giving him a little bit of a pass there, but like
Okay, so let me ask you this.
he's also not as related as say like let's say like Tom or someone like that. Like I feel like if you are a couple degrees separated from the
What
situation,
what videos does Nick specialize in? What content does he do?
he streams drama content.
Oh,
He
drama
makes
content where
content.
you find creeps and predators and shit like that, and you out them and you mock them, right?
That's true.
So we didn't have to break anything to do a stream about what was available other than Pixie. And when he was on in December 1st and basically knew it was revenge porn, why on December 30th? So December 1st, he knew it was revenge porn. But December 30th, he acted as if we just can't know. We just don't know. And then Chud pressured him and he was like, yeah, it is. So why was he doing that? Did he know? Well, you'll say no because he said no, but he did know because he said in other streams, like, this is why I hate all these people. I think Nick's garbage. I think these are trash humans. And when they project something that you like about them publicly, it's hard to just ignore what you like about people. That's my opinion. I don't need to convince you. I don't want, like,
I
hope he
just
sees
want to
it.
make an argument for also just for third parties here. I'm not saying that he didn't lie. I am saying that he rationalized it in a way that was incorrect. But I think that if anybody else was in his situation, I really don't think realistically they would have made a different decision. If I like was in his spot with all of the different like intersecting like communities that he deals with and manages and wrangles or whatever, I can't say that if like I was in his position, I wouldn't also I could make the same fuck up and people would be like, whoa, why would you say that live?
Well, then I'm really glad he's taking a lot of personal responsibility for what he could have done. Oh, wait, no, he was perfect. Everything he did was perfect.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying
I'm not saying no, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
I don't think he's saying that. I think that I don't think he's saying that. I will say I can understand why it could be perceived like that though.
Trash human.
I'm sorry, you guys.
That's okay. Next.
I've been enslaved.
I'll let you pick.
All right, it's time. A man's life hangs in the balance, okay? It is time for Turkish Tom. Turkish Tom, I plead you in B. What do you say?
Me? You asking me?
Yeah, what do you? I'm asking what your views before.
Tom to me goes up in A. Tom was sanitizing Destiny this whole time. He knew about everything. He has the biggest channel, the easiest voice to begin to crumble the DGG, Destiny, DDG entire environment. And his chicken shit ass just probably didn't even care, actually. I mean, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I don't think he really cared.
I just want to say this isn't a loyalty thing with me and Nick. This is me just being real about the difficulties of being a wrangler. This is me just being honest about knowing like how all that different can interact with each other and how it can cause you to be very hesitant to move, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Let us move on to let's do someone we all hate, okay? Let's move on to Kyla.
All right. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, you go.
You, Kyla. And the reason why I say fuck you, Kyla, is because she has positioned herself as this defensive pixie. She has positioned herself in a way where she did not acknowledge the bias that she had. I don't believe that she did not know her bias. She's the one that says, I have all these business credentials, I have all these psychology credentials. Then you should have known to hire an independent person to evaluate the situation, Kyla. I don't care if you have to come back to Canada. It's not like you're getting sent to Nigeria, okay? Canada is not a fucking third world country, all right? If you have to go back to Canada with your husband, who seems to not respect you very much anyway, then you need to do that. I understand that she may be making changes now, but she did not advocate for those victims. She played as a mediator when it was completely inappropriate. And if you want to go around and say that you have all these qualifications, you know all this psychology shit, you know all this business shit, then you should have known what to do in that situation. And I think that's completely unacceptable.
This skin-walking, wretched bottom bitch who has been abusing the little knowledge she got from her undergrad degree to help Destiny manipulate young, vulnerable women, and she's been doing it for years. She is an absolute piece of trash who has no actual personality. She's literally an alien trying to pretend to be a human. She will do anything to protect this little demon scumbag. And if she can't admit that there was implicit bias, a conflict of interest, and an ethical violation, to not only do this with Pixie, but all the other women she's played this exact same role with. She is Ghislaine Maxwell. She's worse than Maya Higa. She absolutely belongs next to Destiny and Wu.
Yeah, I think that people have been saying that it's sweeping to compare her to Maxwell. No, it is not. Because just like Maxwell, she used her safety as a woman, okay? She used her ability to make a safe space as a woman to defend a predator, and that is exactly what Maxwell did.
So let me ask you this, right? She went to Pixie, and then we go to Destiny and tell Destiny what Pixie said and like show messages.
Exactly.
Did she show Pixie Destiny's messages?
Well, no, I think
she was like a rep of one side.
She did show some messages. Actually, sorry, she did show some messages, but it was not like a transparent exchange. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, but that's what she did.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. What she doesn't make sense, but I'm saying she technically like shared communications between the two of them, but again, I think that she, like Maxwell, used that safety that she created because you know, in society, right, we tend to think of other women as safe, right? I think that she abused that. And I give her zero credit for eventually walking away, because the only reason she walked away was law of diminishing returns. Okay, so you got Dan. Where's Dan? I've hated Dan forever. I'm going to put him an S, and here's why.
Yeah, he's dirtbag.
Dan has been the biggest negative enabler of Destiny for Destiny's entire career. I don't think that absolves Destiny of anything, but I think that Dan has not ever taken accountability for the multiple instances of things that he has done to try to cover up predatory shit that Destiny has done. I think that he is just a yes man. I'm assuming he's in it for the money primarily. That's always been his MO, at least from my perspective. And I think that he is guilty.
Yeah, I think he's a piece of shit. That's where he belongs. Okay, we got. Are we doing you? Because I don't have anything to say about you.
No, I just put me and Queeman on there because I wanted to put furry people on there.
Okay. Let's do Queeman.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you go first with Queeman, all right?
Okay. This one's a tough one for me because Queeman's in an interesting position. There are times Queeman knows and openly says, I know stuff, but I refuse to be somebody that is the story. I don't want to break stories. He doesn't want that responsibility. I think that's a little chicken shit when you have important information. But at the same time, he doesn't want to do it, but he still does it. He did the Lauren Southern video when Chud Logic was too big of a to do it. He called shit out. He's been calling Destiny out directly and like exposing him in the face of what could be coming from DGG. So it's like almost funny to see this like little Jewish gay twink son of Chud Logic actually be way more of a man than Chud himself. So I find it pretty wild that of all the people on this list, he's done the least amount of transgressions of literally everybody on the list. And I hate to like even let him feel good about himself because he doesn't deserve that in any way, shape, or form. But
that's a little in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah, okay. Maybe there's a shape.
So what do you think, D or C?
Oh, D, for sure. I mean, literally on this list, Max and Lav, I think, have taken the most amount of shit for actively, like...
Yeah, absolutely.
Opposing DGG. I think Kuhlman does it in a more subversive way. And I don't mean subversive in a negative. Like, he does stuff to try to put pressure on people without just, like, outright doing it. And I can at least respect... No, D, not C, not C.
Oh, my apologies. That was a visual error, all right?
You got to move him, though.
I know I did move him. All right, so after that, who I think we...
Did you add one?
I added Westside Tyler.
Okay, I don't have anything to say.
Okay,
actually, the only thing I'll say is he sure seems to care a whole lot more about attacking the individuals than what actually happened.
I am going to do something, and some people may say that I am being harsh, but I think Westside Tyler, well, we haven't found it yet. He is extremely self-involved, and all of his commentary on this Destiny has been completely critical.
You're literally using the exact opposite argument with Tyler as you used with Nick.
Well, here's the thing, though. Go
ahead, justify it, or take a second and think.
Well, okay, how about this?
No, I wouldn't do that. If I was actually judging, it'd be between B and C, but I haven't watched it. I really can't watch him. I watched like 10 minutes of him on Sunday, and I thought it was funny, but then I couldn't even watch the rest.
Here's the thing with Tyler.
Why is he an S?
So Tyler, consistently throughout this Destiny stuff, has made arguments where in the past he has defended people like Vosh and then deleted the video. So
Nick's done that. J-Sock's done that.
But here's the thing with Tyler, though. Tyler will never admit to it or acknowledge it in any other way, and I think he is consistently malicious in how he goes about all these stories.
I'm filing a protest with the league. This is the fucking obvious. This is crazy. If you can put Tyler above Darius and Connor, this is personal.
Well, to be fair too, Tyler also, and this is not related to the Destiny stuff, and I know you don't want to talk about stuff off this list, but I think this is important enough to mention. Tyler loves, well, I shouldn't say loves, but Tyler does a lot of things that are very similar to what, like, doxers do, and people that are very malicious. For example,
this has nothing to do with this situation.
I understand that, but I think it's important.
Everybody would be an S. Everybody would be an S if it was up to me.
No, because many of the people on this list have not engaged in doxing behavior, while Tyler has. And I think that him commenting on any of this is purely personal, purely maliciously involved. I think that if he was in Erudite's position, he would do the exact same thing as Erudite.
Yeah, but he didn't, and he's not. But you're putting him up there because you hate him. You just hate him. Just say, I hate him.
Fine, I do. I hate him. I do. I hate him. I think he's a bad person. I think he's a bad person, and I think he's dangerous.
I'm not going to argue to put him anywhere else. I don't care about the dude in any way, shape, or form. So if you want to put a knee on his neck for this, that's fine.
I am going to kneel on fucking Westside Tyler right now, okay? Get owned, alright? Call me the Teasler again, and I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing every tier list and put you on the fucking list, alright? Not you, but him. Anyway,
So that's I pretty much agree with the exception of Tyler. I'm okay with almost everything. I understand how people would have Nick at a C. You and I just look. Let's face it. I always see things in ways different than everybody else.
No, that's true, but that's good.
And the things that I see,
excuse me,
are more from 30,000 feet than they are like this guy said this and this is what I believe. I think the amount of information these people have behind the scenes, the amount of phone calls they've had, the amount of combos with Chud in like, there's so much communication that has gone on that they refuse to disclose. And lying about, oh, I was shocked I was being taped. No, you weren't. You taped it. So, like, why are you lying? Just why do that? This was our tier list. This is just my take on how each of these people performed in this whole saga before, during, after, currently. The way I felt that they could have done things differently, who should get some credit, who should get blame, and to basically shit on all these scummy people. Because literally, I don't think there's one good human on this list.
I'm hiding in the woods behind your house like the Slender Man, but I'm Jewish, so it's pronounced Slenderman. Enderman, look at me, never see your friends again. Tell them to smash that like button for Benjamins. Call me Benjamin Button. That's adrenochrome, honey. The older I get, the more my demons grow hungry. And Shaylin's a feminist. Don't